You've clicked on the correct link. You came here to get some help on this worksheet. I commend you for your choice, and let's get after it. So I'm going to change this over. This is the worksheet we were talking about. We learned about standard form, thank you Candyland, or curse you Candyland, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm actually not going to do this problem. I think this problem is the easiest of the bunch because it gives you a graph. Like putting a graph on here, making a picture of these things is going to make your life easier. So, whatever. Fill out the table, make sure you're using parentheses. What is the y-intercept of your equation? In context, when you guys talk about context of a y-intercept, it's always when one of these is 0, what is the other one? And that's how I want you to reference it when you're talking about in context. So make sure you handle that. The rest of them are pretty simple. I would like to talk about this one. This one is each day a physical therapist works with her patient that suffered a gruesome knee injury. They spend some hours working on some PT. The more time they spend, the stronger the knee gets to a certain point. After a while, it starts to break down the ligaments and it's no good for it. So there's this perfect amount, kind of like the chicken sandwich thing, right? There's a perfect amount of hours spent that will yield or give us the best outcome for the knee, the most amount of pounds that the knee can handle. So let's start with what is the y-intercept and explain it in its meaning. How do you find the y-intercept for any function ever? You plug in a 0. But this was the easy one. We finding a y-intercept in standard form is the easy thing to find because this is going to go away, this is going to go away, and it's just 26. So the y-intercept is 26. Now explain in the meaning of the problem again. Remember, there's two things we got to talk about. One is this, H. If you spend 0 hours of physical therapy, of PT, 0 hours, will get you 26 pounds that your knee can handle. 26 pounds of knee work. Okay. Easy enough. Next one says, how many hours of therapy should a person do a day to maximize the number of pounds that the knee can actually withstand? In my opinion, I want to draw a picture here. So I'm going to draw a little picture. We just found that the y-intercept is 26. I'm going to put it 26. This opens down. It opens down because I can tell from the A value being negative. So then I'm going to draw a little U shape that opens down. But I'll use the part of my pencil that writes. There it is. Okay, so now I have pounds on this side, I have hours on this side, and this picture should help me kind of figure out what I'm talking about. How many hours of therapy should the person do a day? So hours is down here. How many hours to get to a maximum number? So how many hours this way to get to a maximum this way? I drew a dotted line to help you. They're talking about the AOS. So that's that line halfway down the middle. That's how far over it I'd have to go to get up here to this thing, the AOS. How do we find the AOS? Again, thank you or thank you very little, Candyland. It's negative b over 2a. I'm going to change the sign on b. That's my definition. I'm going to double a, and then I'm going to divide them. If I divide them, I get 3 hours. 3 hours is the perfect amount of PT to get the maximum amount of weight that my knee can handle. Finally, it says, what is the maximum of the function? And explain what that means in the context of the problem. Okay, so we already figured out that if I work 3 hours, I'm going to get to a maximum. Now I'm actually asking, what is that maximum? So I need to go back and plug the 3 hours into my equation here for these H's, and that's going to kick out the maximum. We're finding the vertex, people. This is the H. This one's asking for the K. Whenever it's asking for the maximum or minimum, it's looking for the K value. So I'm going to take the H out. I'm going to put parentheses in its place, just like you did on the other side, hopefully. Parentheses make a big deal for us. We're going to plug in a 3 here for these guys. Now I'm going to do order of operations, or I'm going to jam in my computer or my calculator, but 3 squared is 9, times negative 2 is negative 18, 12 times 3 is 36, 36 minus 18 is 18, and then 18 plus 26 is 44. The most amount of pounds that my knee can handle from this treatment is 44 lbs pounds. Okay, same kind of thing on the next one. Draw yourself a little graph, convince yourself what you're looking for, then go find it. There's only so many key features that we can find on this thing. Keep working hard. I'm moving on.